Hello guys, welcome to HRL Season 5, round number 9, Gridiron MX. We got Justice, Bean, Detail, Luke, Fireball, and Papa on the gate. First motocross race I think that we've had in HRL since its return, so very excited for this one. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. You know, hopefully it runs well because motocross and Reach was super fun. I want to bring back that feeling in this game. Here we go, green flag, and I don't know if you guys saw it. If you didn't, go back and rewind. Fireball just had the blackest freaking gate jump of all time. He hit the gas at such a perfect timing that he literally popped a wheelie exiting the gate because he made contact with that little bit of the gate that was still standing up when he was railing out of it. So he timed it almost perfect, but just not perfect enough to the point where he had a sick wheelie. So it was a really cool start. Anyways, you have Luke out to an early lead, Solange second, Fireball right now is in third. I think that's Detail fourth. We got Justice in the back in sixth, Bean fifth. So that's your running orders so far in heat number 1. Give you a little rundown of Gridiron. So you got this little downhill sort of right-hander. There's a little jump off there and takes you into this berm. There's a weird little section back there as well. That one's very tough to take. We have a lot of bumps in this corner. Makes it difficult. This corner is very tight, very fast corner. It just comes up. It just comes right up on you. So that one's very difficult. And you go into these like sort of whoop section almost. And down into that corner. That corner has a few bumps as well. Makes it pretty difficult. This one's one of the. That's probably the cleanest corner on the track back there. And then you have the final corner, which is pretty clean, but not as clean as the previous one. So pretty interesting track. The main places you're going to be gaining time, I think, are, I'll call them out when we get to them. This upcoming corner here, I think that there's a lot of time to be made there, and the little, I'm just going to call it the whoop section right here, is also a place where you can gain a lot of time. Launch goes down right there. Fireball, possible pass to the outside, but Fireball does not have that line down, and he just, he'll gain a little bit, and then he just loses it all right away. But yeah, that whoop section back there, I think that's easily, that's the huge skill gap corner on the track. That's where most passes will be made. That's where most time will be gained or lost. Obviously, there's time to be made or lost everywhere else on the track, just not as much. Everywhere else it'll just be little increments of time that might be gained or lost. Whereas on that section, it could be a full second that you might gain or lose on someone. So that's a huge difference. Fireball looks like he's able to contend with Papa on other parts of the track. It's just Fireball does not have a consistent line in this section down yet, and that's what's really hurting him. Oh, Detail almost flipping over there. Had a huge two-wheel, but was able to save it. He's got to worry about Justice. Pretty close behind him. Bean in the back right now, I believe, in sixth. Justice is going to follow Detail a little too closely. Goes down on the landing of that jump back there. That's unfortunate. That's going to bring Justice back to sixth place. Could have been his chance to compete for a semi-transfer spot, but he's probably not going to get it now. We're going to go on board with Detail here, see if he can muster up any speed to try to catch up to Fireball. Another interesting thing about this track, qualifying times, we had pole time was Luke with a 38.87. That was the only 38. Then we had many 39s. I think we had, like, off the top of my head, I think we had like 4, maybe 5 39s, and then quite a few 40s and a couple people in the 41s or 42s. So for the most part, pretty competitive qualifying times. And I think that 2 laps to go, by the way. I think that the more the races go on tonight, that the more competitive it'll be. Like, these heats and semis might be a little more, they might be less competitive. You might have the best drivers just going out there up front really quickly in the heats and semis, but I think once you get to the motos, I think that's where we're going to see some real competition, because everybody's going to sort of, after seeing everyone else race, they're going to sort of figure out the faster ways to take the track, the fast lines, and it'll be a little more competitive at that point. Looks like we're going to hit white flag here, final lap for Heat 1. So far, so good. Feeling and looking like a motocross of old. Motocrosses on Reach were one of my favorite types of tracks. I definitely liked motocross way more than supercross because of the uniqueness, I guess, the rarity of them. There weren't as many good motocrosses as there were good supercrosses, but the good ones that existed were really, really good and really fun. the pinnacle of a motocross track that just pops into my head. And I'm sure if you have any, if I have any old Reach players, racers listening to this, Blackwater motocross, that track was great. Finish here, Luke's going to take the win. Slaunch takes second, Fireball's going to take third, and Detail get that final semi-transfer spot with fourth. But yeah, Blackwater MX, oh, that track is just dope. Results on screen. I hope we can get Blackwater potentially in the schedule eventually, because that, one of the best motocross tracks of all time. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, though. See you for the second heat.